The closeout game was Resident Evil 9, so of course we're going to start by talking about that.
Resident Evil 9 is absolute garbage, man. I can't believe y'all losing your shit over a title card to a game that's going to play no different than 7 and 8. Oh, but we going to the Raccoon Police Department again. Well, guess what? That doesn't make sense because the last time I checked, didn't they nuke the city? And a lot of those buildings are standing. You know what, man? If Shinji Mikami was still around, he would be ashamed out of every single one of you fake-ass Resident Evil fans, man. Y'all like, Gamester, I can't believe you're doing it. This is the old Gamester. Because I'm going to be honest with you, man. The only two good games out of this whole Summer Games Fest was Ill and Onimusha. Surprisingly. Now, mind you, they did have a lot of these Souls alternative games, which I told you guys before I'm getting sick and tired of seeing. It's getting to this point where it's like, man, I don't even want to play them anymore. Like, I'm just tired of the genre. But for all you Resident Evil 9 fanboys talking about, oh, we're going back to the police department, Raccoon City. I mean, I bet y'all the same rejects that thought Dead Island, when y'all seen that gameplay, I bet y'all thought that was Resident Evil, and you probably would have bought that too. So there ain't nobody want to hear it from the Resident Evil community because as far as I'm concerned, you people accept mediocrity. It is what it is, bro, because the storyline don't make sense, and it's crazy because they got the character from Outbreak, which a lot of you Resident Evil fans said wasn't canon, but when I told you guys that, you didn't want to listen to me. So I find it kind of ironic that now they're going to try to connect with this game within the Resident Evil universe, but like I said, they should have done this a long time ago.
But I gotta say that I'm sort of 50-50. I halfway loved the entirety of Summer Games Fest, and I halfway hated it, and I almost feel like...
All because, the state of... What is it? The State of Decay didn't have, Resident Evil 9. That's the reason why it was rated much more poorly. Matter of fact, I was actually more impressed with that than what we got with Summer's Game Fest.
Every year, I talk about Summer Games Fest and how they need to tighten it up. There is so much random ads.
Have you noticed that he didn't even make a video talking about the state of play for PlayStation?
It's because one of the weirdest things they did is about 80% through the show, Capcom came out and said, hey, we know you all care about Resident Evil 9. Wait just a little bit longer. Everybody was so confused because this is...
I mean, who is this guy? This guy is not... And the funny thing is, these people didn't take the time to understand Shinji Mikami's masterpiece. He, the original director of Resident Evil. See, this is what you people don't understand, man. They're running with these new directors, and the funny thing is, you can't even continue the continuity of the game in the universe. That's why when people look at Resident Evil, they're like, the story don't even make sense because it's because of these new people that Capcom got swarmed in and the consumers that keep buying into this garbage every year. I'm sorry, man. Resident Evil 9 is trash, bro. It's going to have the same gameplay as 7 and 8. I could just tell by looking at it. Y'all hyped up for the game. We haven't even seen the gameplay. We see nothing but cinematics, and we talk about this person's the chosen one. Oh, it took you that long to find out that this person was the chosen one. I thought it was Ethan. Oh, let me go investigate and get captured again. I mean, come on, man. It's so cliche, bro. And the fact is, y'all like games to that is a valid point, man. Ill looked far better. And you people know this. Stop the cap.
Extremely expensive. It's like being at Summer Games Fest, it's not free. It cost what kicked off the entire events of Resident Evil was actually this investigative reporter who gets contacted by a person working at Umbrella who's an Ashcroft. And it basically kind of let the RPD know, which let Stars know. It basically started the entirety of the Spencer estate, the original lab leaks. This lady is directly involved in the entire beginning of it. And they send her daughter, who's now a modern-day detective in the FBI, to investigate where things went down, to go to Raccoon City.
This is so stupid, man. You're trying to tell me out of all the events that happened that they just decided to do this now? Like, you gotta be kidding me, man. If the writing for Resident Evil is so bad, bro, and the fact is that you people keep, yummy, it's Resident Evil 9, oh yeah. Oh, why? Because it's a game that you remember playing back. It's the nostalgia. Like, explain to me, like, why you guys are so excited about this game. I'm not saying the gameplay is going to be fun. 7 and 8 were fun, too. But when it comes down to the story, y'all know that these games don't make sense.
Oh, my God.
Look at this.
I am a Resident
This man out here creaming his pants over this. All because of the name of the game.
Super fan. I almost...
Yeah. See, the difference between me and you, I'm a real Resident Evil fan. I hate to do that. I hate to do that, bro. But I'm a real Resident Evil fan, man. And I'm gonna sit there and tell you as to where this franchise went wrong. Okay? This is why a lot of OG fans just can't stand a lot of the new ones, because if you look at the story, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. And we're gonna break that down in this video, and y'all gonna be like, oh, snap, Gamester, I see where you coming from. You know, they just trying to keep at this point, y'all just keep trying to put these games out because you know it makes money, just like what y'all did with Resident Evil 6. But Capcom don't care. As long as you keep buying the name with the game with the same title name, y'all happy.
Wish that they
don't even matter if it's survival horror. It could be an action game, it could be whatever it wants, and it could be a racing game, for crying out loud, and you would still buy it.
Had started with this. Obviously, it's tradition to have one more thing. You end it with your big banger. I do kind of wish, though, that as crazy as this is, this should have just started things off so the internet would just explode. But this thing is that I find it funny that, honestly, the problem with these games is that there's just so much noise like this. Again, I think it's great for Jeff to show off all these new games and original games. There are some cool games, but there's so many that just all blur together because they all look kind of...
I mean, even though I liked it, it did look very similar to what you see with a lot of the modern Resident Evil games. And like I said, man, a lot of these games look the same.
Same. This guy totally nailed it. And I do think this is the big issue. I saw people talking about the fact that there was like 12 separate Souls-likes shown today. And a lot of them did look good, but...
Gamester with another W. Didn't I tell you guys way before that I'm just sick and tired of seeing all these Souls alternatives? Because this is all they keep pumping out.
So many dark, gritty, sort of strategic, die a bunch of times against the boss.
But Onimusha looked really good, man. In my personal opinion, the funny thing is, I don't think that game is going to get the same recognition. But let's go over the Resident Evil 9 trailer. Because I want to analyze and break some things down for you guys, because let's be honest, the game doesn't even make sense as to why it even exists.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for.
All the same crap. Oh, look. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Hold on. Didn't y'all nuke the whole city? Why are these buildings intact? This doesn't make sense. They're like, Gamester, what are you talking about? This whole city was nuked. How are these buildings intact? You people know exactly where I'm coming from. This game should even exist, bro. Y'all should have chose another area to put this game in. Right here alone is like, I'm like, bro, I already know what Capcom's doing with this trash. Look at this.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Have you seen the same crap I've seen, man? Yeah, I see the crap. It's right here in front of our faces. Look at this. Really trying to play off y'all nostalgia.
Everyone's gone.
Look at that. The RPD. Really? Now I'm going to explain to you as to why this shouldn't be standing. Look at this. This makes no sense. And the funny thing is, they even show this in the modern remake of Resident Evil 3. The whole city was nuked. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm tired of talking. Let's just get to the videos. Look at that. Those buildings are being disintegrated. Oh, and that is the... Yo, look. That is the police station in Resident Evil, bro. Bro. Y'all like, uh-oh. Gamester, please, don't do this. You're going to hurt my little Resident Evil 9 heart. Please. This is the police station in Resident Evil. Look what happens. Are we not going to sit here and respect Shinji Mikami's work? Are we going to sit here and do this, man? All because Capcom want to put out this Resident Evil 9 cash grab? And y'all defending it? Oh, but... so explain to me how this building came back. Explain. Hold on. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Look at that. Y'all are a disgrace to the Resident Evil community. Look at it. Police station blowing up, but for some reason it's still there. Look at this. So explain to me how the buildings are still standing in Resident Evil 9, because y'all don't respect. Y'all didn't go back and it's like, hold on, let's respect what the original design of Resident Evil was about. Oh, let's just make something up. Let's act like this never happened. I mean, we know it did because they're trying to show it all messed up. But come on, bro. We already know as to what's going on here. Capcom, you didn't do your due diligence. But, you know, of course they don't care because the fanboys are going to still eat it up. Look at this. Look at that. Those buildings are being disintegrated. So explain to me as to why the ones in this new game are still standing. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, but that's the old one. You know, that's not. Oh, you want to see it in the remake? Oh, I got you. I was already waiting for that. Don't get it twisted. I was already ready for you, Resident Evil 9 fanboys. Don't get it twisted. Make sure y'all share the video around. Resident Evil, his favorite hater in the Resident Evil community. Let's go. Let's see what happens here. Oh, what happened? But yet the police station is still there and not. Hey, yo, bro. Yo, and the funny thing is they even threw it in the remake and y'all still buying into this crap, bro. Like, yo, the Resident Evil community is nothing but a joke. Look at that. Look at that. There goes your police station. Explain to me how it got back. Explain to me. Resident Evil fanboys will not explain that. Y'all make sure you share the video. Let it be in the Resident Evil forums. Resident Evil is a joke. The stories don't make sense. As far as I'm concerned, they went as far back with 7 and 8, and that's where they was able to use to make their game. And they brought some old stuff from the older games to try to make y'all this new one. This is exactly what it is, man. It's honestly a cash grab from Capcom. And what's even more laughable, y'all people you're gonna eat it up. Because that's what you know. I mean, that's what y'all do. Y'all be calling them Cap gods. And the best game that they're making is Onimusha. Literally, Onimusha. And the funny thing is that game will probably get no recognition from the community. But this is what Resident Evil fanboys do. There's a difference between a fan and a fanboy. And that's exactly what the Resident Evil community has become. Even as a fan of the old games, y'all can't hate me, bro. If it wasn't for me, y'all wouldn't even have Resident Evil. So you know you gotta stay. You cannot argue with me. We already know fine ways. Oh, but you know he comparing the old one to the new one. It doesn't matter. It's the continuity. The vision should still very much be there. Matter of fact, Resident Evil ain't even about viruses like it used to be. Remember what was that one game? 5? No, it was 4. Plagueis. That was a parasite. I bet y'all don't even know what Resident Evil is supposed to be based off. It's supposed to be based off viruses. That's why they try to get it back with the mold one in 7 and 8. Y'all don't know nothing about this franchise. And this is why when you see people like myself calling y'all out, oh, I don't understand why this person's angry about it. I don't understand why he keep calling these trash Resident Evil games out. Because we know better. We know better. But apparently you don't. Apparently the police station got put back. I don't know. They probably rebuilt it. You know. This community's a joke, bro. Y'all no different than the people in Final Fantasy, man. I mean, I'm telling you, if Shinji Mikami was still in this gaming community, he'd be telling y'all how much of a joke y'all are, bro. That's why he said, I leave gaming. Gaming is trash. Even Shinji Mikami knew better, man. The game that he helped birth, which was Resident Evil, and even Capcom couldn't even see through his vision. Matter of fact, Capcom wanted him to end it with Resident Evil 5. That's why Albert Wesker, I don't want to spoil the game for people who haven't played it, but that's what happened. That's the reason, because I heard Shinji wasn't going to have him do that, but Capcom felt like, oh, wow, Resident Evil 5 sold well? Let's push out 6, even though it don't make sense. Let's push out 7, even though it doesn't make sense. Let's push out 8, even though that game doesn't make sense. You got Capcom putting games out with just the name, but no soul behind it, no passion, no soul. Now, I'm not saying the game ain't going to be playable. I'm not saying the game ain't going to have good elements, but you guys got to understand it from my perspective. From the OG. This is an OG call, South Central. This is an OG call. And understand, the OGs know best. Y'all just got into this franchise. Y'all think y'all know more than the old school, the ones that have been here since the beginning. You feel what I mean? Show respect. Y'all like, well, you need to show respect for us. No, we don't. You need to respect us. Because without us, you don't have this garbage. Understand that. Just because the Capcom try to retcon everything and try to make things make sense now all of a sudden doesn't mean that the real fans can't see through the garbage. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Resident Evil 9 is trash. I'll buy it on a discount like I did 7 and 8, and that is that. Anyways, take care. Peace out.